girls is because, you know, they're whole.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris from New York. I'm actually not in my usual spot. I'm up in a town called Pleasant Valley. Beautiful place, about an hour away from where I live, north. Anyway, you know, today's February 23rd, 2018, and I've gotten a lot of comments. I figured I just didn't make a video because I don't have time to leave comments and stuff like that. If I like your video, I mean, if I like your comment and stuff, I'll give you, you know, a thumbs up or whatever, a heart or whatever. That's all I give you an option for. Kind of feminine, but, you know, what are you going to do? Anyway, what I did want to talk about very quickly, and I wanted to get into something else too, is the Mandela Effect, okay? And a lot of people have been talking about it. I've seen a lot of videos on it. And look, I'm going to be 100% truthful with you. It did get me for a while too. In the beginning, when I was getting into flat Earth, there's a couple things that got to me and kind of freaked me out. You know, like the VW emblem, the Sex and the City stuff like that. You know, stuff that you see every day. That, you know, wait a minute, I don't know if that, maybe it is, maybe it's not, maybe it could be. Who knows? I don't know. Okay, I mean, I can't even remember what I had for dinner on Friday last week. Am I going to remember something that's so insignificant that from 15 or 20 years ago? No, you're not. They twist these things around and they get you. You know, and then you start thinking about it and thinking about it and running it through your head. You start talking to other people about it, and nobody agrees with you, you know? Just like what's happening to you with Flat Earth. Remember, I'm not saying, hey, look, I don't know what CERN's doing, okay? You know, is this a cause of what CERN's doing? I don't know. I don't even know if it's true, okay? Unless if something comes up and smacks me in the face, my last name changes, or the color of my car changes, you know, or history has changed in some way or another. I'm not going to really buy it, you know, but I'm not going to throw it off as something. Because I don't know what's going on in CERN. I don't know what they're doing. They're certainly not telling you what the universe is, the beginning of the universe, because we all know that didn't happen. The Big Bang is total false. It's not true. That's not how we were created. So they're not looking for that. What are they doing? You know, what are they doing? I have no idea. You know, I know they're building another one that's even bigger, but I'll tell you, you can build this thing the size of from here to China, and I don't think it's going to make a difference, whatever they're trying to do. So who knows? All I know is billions of dollars are being taken away from us in taxes, and it's going somewhere. Okay, and this isn't even being built in our country, so I don't know, but I'm sure we have our hand in it. The government has their hand in everything that's going on in terms of the scientific community. So don't think that's not true. They could be anywhere. So, I mean, yeah, and also with the Mandela Effect, well, think about this. I want you to think about this with the Mandela Effect. Maybe if the Mandela Effect is 100% true, and it's factual information, and it's really happening, how do you correlate it with Flat Earth? Okay? Think about this for a minute. This will be your thought for the weekend, by the way. Maybe it did work. Maybe we all always knew, you and me, about Flat Earth, you know? And they flip the switch, and then all of a sudden you have these indoctrinated people that will never give Flat Earth a consideration at all whatsoever. Maybe that's why CERN was created. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it didn't work on us, you know? Maybe when they flipped that switch, it just didn't work. You know, 500 years ago, we all knew that the Earth was flat, you know? I mean, even 100 years ago, we knew it was flat. Something happened in between there, you know, where there's a whole bunch, there's 90% of the people out there aren't even on the same page with simple things like chemtrail, you know. They can't even justify that, let alone flat Earth, you know. So, you know, I've mentioned this in my video, and I hate to mention it again, but I'm just reiterating it and telling you about that. You know, maybe that, if the Mandela Effect was real, maybe that's why it was invented. You know, maybe that's what they're doing. You know, but again, something major's really got to change. You know, not little insignificant things like that. And in terms of time travel, I mean, you know my stance on that. You know, time travel is, I don't know, it's not possible the way you think it's possible. You know, because if time travel was possible, if you could open up a different dimension, and I mentioned this before, you open up a dimension, and you're not going back to the same time that you lived through. You might be going back to what is similar to the same time, but you're not going back to that very same moment. So you can't change the history, okay? You can even run into your other self. I've mentioned this in previous videos, so nobody can see. People ask these questions, they're not looking at my previous videos, but who has the time? I barely have a time to put a 10-minute video out, you know. I'm surprised I'm going this long without the two-way going off right now. But that's not the reason, you know, really why I made this video. They're going to do anything they can to keep your mind off of Flat Earth and beyond. Let's not discuss beyond, because that's a different chapter and a totally different thing. But they want you to stop thinking about Flat Earth. They don't want you to go down there. They don't want you to have anything to do but think about other things. You know, the shooting down in Florida. I just heard there was a 20-minute delay between the police officers talking to the people that were actually on the scene. I mean, it just gets worse and worse. You know, what their agenda is with this horrific, you know, Florida shooting, I have no idea. I really don't know. Is it to make some kids famous? You know, because they're going to be famous because of this. I'm sure they're going to be on Oprah, they're going to be on all these ridiculous shows, and then they'll make a sitcom out of it, and then people will forget about it, and then they'll disappear into the wind. And that's how it happens. Because when's the next one that's going to happen? In a month? 2 weeks? Tomorrow? This weekend? I don't know. I don't know, but it's gonna. Okay, because now they gotta. We're already thinking about this. They've got to come up with something else now. You know, it's going to be the same thing. They seem to like schools, and so anyway, I want you to think about that over the weekend, and you know, tell me what you think. And you know, I wish I could make these videos longer. I wish I could have more time with you, and I will. We're in a really busy season right now, so it's going to die down. I'll be able to get more of my thoughts in there. I've forgotten some things I wanted to mention, but you know, all right. You know, I thank you for subbing. I thank you for inviting me in your life. Okay, I thank you for leaving comments. Okay, I think I've said most of the things I needed to say.